Hello there everyone, and welcome to our Wondrous World Release full reveal video. So first up we have a 3D embossing folder, and this is the beautiful daisies, and you can see that you have a whole array of beautiful daisies on here. The embossing folder is 6x6, so you're going to be able to add in a really great panel with this one. It's going to emboss those beautiful daisies perfectly. If I turn it over, you can see just the kind of image that you are going to get. Next up we have another 3D embossing folder. This is the beautiful flowery field. So we have a whole array of different flowers just popping up from the bottom of this embossing folder. Again, this embossing folder is a 6x6, so you're going to be able to add different kinds of panels into that one. If I turn this over, you can see the image that you are going to get when you emboss a piece of cardstock within this. Next up we have another 3D embossing folder. This one is the Tulip, and you can see that we have a number of different tulips all in different sizes on this one here. Again, it is a 6x6 embossing folder, and we can see that we have the valleys on one side and the mountains on the other to kind of push your cardstock to create that beautiful embossed effect. When I turn this over, you can see that just the kind of image that you are going to get when you do emboss a piece of cardstock within this. Next up we have Baroque Frame 3D. So again, this is a 3D embossing folder, and you can see it is a 6x6, but this frame is a little smaller, so you're going to be able to kind of emboss this, maybe fussy cut around it if you want to, or just add this into place onto your panel where you want it. It is a really beautiful frame, and we really can't wait to see how you use this one. Next up we have Simple Frame. Now this is a larger one than the Baroque, and again this is a 3D embossing folder at the measured 6x6, and you can see that you've got a really pretty frame on here as well. So when I do turn this over, you can see that it's going to give you that great detail, but if you wanted to add a little bit more to this, you can mix this up with the simple colouring stencils. This means you're going to be able to mask off the frame and the outside and the inside piece as well with this really clever little stencil, so you're going to be able to create various different effects with this one. We have Diamond Stars. This is a 6x6 embossing folder, and this one is going to create a really beautiful pattern all over your piece of cardstock that you choose to emboss. So it has got a really delicate look to this one, and it would work for all different occasions. When I turn this over, you can see just how pretty that effect is on the back there. Next up we have the Mod Squares. Again, this is a 3D embossing folder, and it is 6x6. Now this has like little diamond squares on here, and they all graduate up to kind of look like a pyramid. So even if you use the back or the front, you're going to get different looks with this one. If I turn this over, you can see this is the embossed effect, but you do get the debossed effect as well. Next up we have the rows of squares. Again, this is a 6x6 embossing folder and it is a 3D, so you're going to create lots of different dimension when you do this one. As it is a geometric look, it's going to work well for all the different projects that you do have in mind for it. Next up we have a layering die set. This is the beautiful Climbing Flowers die set, and you can see that we have various different plates in this one, and we also have the layering guide on the front to help you pop these gorgeous flowers together. As you can see, they are on plates, so the colours that match with the cardstock pieces that you are going to need are going to be on the same plate, so it's going to be really easy to die cut this one and really play with it. Next up we have another standalone die, and this is the Floral Lace Die, and you can see just how pretty that pattern is there. Now this is a really large die. It's around 8 inches long, so you can use this on all different projects. Just cut the bits that you do want showing, and again this is a great one for scrapbook pages because it's so big. Next up we have Branches and Berries die set. So in here you can see that we have various little branches with either leaves or berries attached to them. So this is a smaller die set, but these are going to be really great when you tuck them in with other floral compositions. Next up we have the String Art Stars die set. In this one we have 4 separate dies, each of a star, which has little dots around it, so you can then add this to some string or some twine and poke them through the holes to create really different effects with this one. Or you could even leave them on their own to add that piercing effect to your projects. Next up we have a cover die. So this is the Radial Butterflies cover die, and this is going to cut the panel to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's also going to cut out all of those beautiful butterflies out of the panel, but then you're going to have a circle there to add a sentiment or even a floral element if you wish. As well as the little panel, you are also going to get lots of butterflies to play with too. Next up we have Nesting Slim Rectangles die set. As we know, slimline cards are a rage at the minute, so this is going to be really great to adding to those, or you could even add these to normal size cards to create a really beautiful rectangle panel. Next up we have the Fancy Celebrate die. So as you can see, we have the word die here that says celebrate with all these beautiful finials coming off the L and the T. This is a really great one to add to lots of your different projects, and it is quite large, so it will reach all the way across a 4 1/4 card base. Next Next up, we have a layering stencil. This is the Flower Bunch Layering Stencil. So we have various different elements in here. We have 4 different stencils, and then we also have the masks for the elements too. So if I turn this piece over, you can see that it's a layering stencil. So we do have the guide on the back to create this gorgeous bunch of flowers with those little buds and the leaves as well. Next up, we have the Mandala Builder Stencil set, and in here you have 3 different stencils, each with a different mandala on. They will all fit together in kind of a jigsaw fashion to create a really beautiful and colourful mandala. If I turn the packaging over, you can see that we do have the layering guide on the back, so it's going to be really quick and easy to create this beautiful design. Next up, we have narrow brick stencil. So this is a 6x6 stencil, and you can see that we have this really beautiful pattern of the narrow bricks on here. It's very symmetrical, so it will work on many different projects, be that male or female kind of cards, and it's going to work for all different occasions too. Next up, we have the Leafy Dreams washi tape. So this is a really pretty wide washi tape. It's around about 1.5 inches wide, and you have the beautiful leaves on here in various different greens, as well as those beautiful dots in gold foiling. Next up, we have a Green Valley Slim Washi Tape set. So you are going to get 4 tapes in the set of this one, and they are 1/4 inch wide by 10 meters long. So the colors that you are going to get in here, because they do coordinate with our Green Meadows inks, are the Firefly, the Grassfield, the Shadow Creek, and also the Hunter's Green. Last but by no means least, we have some new colours in our enamel dots. So first up, we have the beautiful Tea Party. So this matches with our Tea Party ink collection. We also have the very pretty Cherry Blossom. So if you are a fan of pinks, this may be one for you. So that is the Cherry Blossom, which does match with the Cherry Blossom family of inks. We also have a new blue. This is a really beautiful cool blue, and this is the Glacier Caves ink family for that one. And then last but not least, we do have the Green Meadows. So this is going to match that washi tape too. We really do hope that you have seen something in our release that makes you want to create something beautiful and inspires you. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
crafters, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Thanks for watching!